faculty here at CEOSPACE with probably the most sensational mentor team in the world. And, you know, you're president of the leading incorporating company on earth. You're here with the, are you happy with the other faculty members? They caliber you like working with?
You know what, the faculty members are some of the greatest colleagues I've ever had before. Some of the greatest not only friendships, but also most wonderful ideas I've learned for my business, services that I was able to engage. And we have, believe me, we have no end of people contacting us to want to, you know, have us hire them. But it's really been such a wonderful thing to come into a safe place and talk to these top-notch people, lawyers, accountants, strategists, and everything under the sun. And pretty much anything I need, I can find it either from the membership of CEOSPACE or from the Mentor College at CEOSPACE. And what I find is that relationship goes way beyond just being together here for a week at the forum. It's ongoing. We talk to each other a lot. There are people that we get onto different boards. They invite me on to do things. I get asked to speak other places. It's a phenomenal family, and that's something I never would have expected, Bernie. What you've built here is so different than any other event I've ever attended over all of my years, and I've spoken at lots of the big events around the world and on a repeated basis, but I've never found that kind of, and I hope this is okay to say on the camera to whomever is watching, but sort of almost like a family reunion feeling, because you come back.
It's a business family because you have lifetime membership. Basically, on your tombstone, yes, it says, but he looks so tall. So you are the Bob Sarkowski.
That's right.
So you're home shopping.
That's right.
And you won, what do they call that award?
Oh, it was
Legends Award?
The HSN Legend Award.
And here's this sea of the who's who in broadcasting. You're winning in front of your peers the award, having most changed broadcasting, built the home shopping industry. And you said today, in 2013, that it is more challenging now how to take it to the next level than when we even started.
Exactly, and that's why I'm here at CEOSPACE, because here we'll take the home shopping industry to that next level. And if you want to take your product, your service, your business, your idea, and make it real and turn it into dollars, turn it into reality, then you got to be here. Don't go anywhere else. You've got to be here to make it work for you.
Didn't you feel, I mean, you've had open heart surgery, all the different things. We go through a lot of stress in business. I was getting to the point when this came on, I couldn't wait for it. I was like, I needed a forum. I want to get back to CEOSPACE. It gets you such a lift for the next couple months, doesn't it?
Yeah, every couple of months you look forward to your friends, and when somebody's not here, you miss them. And when you can't, well, I've been to everyone in a row since I started, but when you think you're going to miss it, or you think you're going to miss a couple days, you wonder, what am I missing? Because it's not something it's not like a drudgery of a week. It's the fastest paced, most exciting and area of new ideas and new thoughts and new discussions, and you don't want to miss it. Once you get into it, you don't ever want to miss it. I've met people here, and even though I come in with maybe arguably one of the larger companies among the Mentor College, I've met people here that were almost heroes of mine, because, you know, like Mike Muhney, I know I met him, and here's the guy that ACT Software, and that was the very first CRM program we ever used to run our database.
We built it, sold it, and now he's doing something with VIP Orbit, and he's doing it from here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, VIP Orbit's being launched and showcased and built up, and the guys here that, you know, it's like, it's amazing. It's like you and I both had him as a hero. Mike's a hero.
Yeah, not only did he build this name brand ACT Software and make millions of dollars when he sold the company, but he started businesses with NBA basketball players. He started businesses with all.
The guy that did the strip on every credit card walks around and mentoring here. I mean, you just can't believe it. I think somebody said once some years ago, he said, this is a place that the billionaires walk around with the mere millionaires.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It never ceases to amaze me, the people that I just bump into. They're sitting next to me at a meal table. They're sitting next to me in one of the events, listening to one of these talks, and they're the ones listening. They're not all up on the stage teaching. A lot of these are just sitting there saying, what else can I do right now to learn how to grow my business? I didn't even really believe it before I came. I heard about it, and I came very skeptically. And I thought, I'm going to check this out. this sounds too good to be true. And when I got here, I thought really to myself, after I was here for maybe one day, I thought, how in the world have I gone 20 years in business and not known this existed? I mean, what could this have meant to me 10, 15, 20 years ago? But no, people are working, it's insane actually, from a 7 o'clock in the morning meal table until 12 o'clock at night, you know, in-room meetings that are going on, a lobby with hundreds of people buzzing around, all looking over their iPads and scribbling on papers and doing board meetings. I've never seen this anywhere in my life.
How old are you?
I'm 60 years old.
The reason I tell you that, and the lady doesn't share her age, but I mean, you know, give me a break, you know? So what's your business?
I'm a health and fitness coach, trainer, and best-selling author and speaker. I'm a domestic violence survivor, too. And so that's why I wrote my book, Take Back Your Life, to help empower women and to really let them know that it's not too late. It's not over. I'm going strong, baby.
You're sitting here on magazines. You just put a deal together to make a television show. And that's when you come back. I mean, you just came back for your free lifetime weekend, right?
I am. I come back every time. The first year, I came back every week for the 5 weeks because I wanted to get it. It was so much great information. And then the next year, I started coming back the weekends. And I'm still making connections, still learning new stuff. And every time I come back, I make it the next marker of getting something done before I come back to my family.
It's 2 years later, and it's the real deal.
It's the real deal. Would you like to see my new magazine ad?
Let's see that before we go. And she just had this come out, and it's another big CEOSPACE win for us. We're so excited for her. And so she's sitting, look at, you know, this is a big publication, and she's the spread going on. And remember, she told you already she's 112 years old, and she wants all of you to look like her forever.
I don't know, with the exception of H&R Block, that I have any other company besides CEOSPACE that I have printed on our products. Well, H&R Block's not on my products and services catalog. CEOSPACE logo is right there next to mine. Because I think that these small business owners, the tens of thousands of business owners that we're working with every single year, those people need way more than just what we can do. We can help them build the foundation. We can give them lots of great free content. We can help them stay corporate compliant. We can do all that. But here, once they've done that first part, then they can come to CEOSPACE, and they can be exposed to a huge, vast array of services and products and vendors and customers that they couldn't get on their own. When you're just sitting in your office at home, and you're saying, well, maybe I'll go to the chamber meeting, or maybe I'll go to this little networking thing, and you meet a few people, or somebody says, well, you should meet this guy. You know, that kind of a world is like the horse and buggy world compared to flying through outer space when you're at CEOSPACE.
You're the Eve Hogan,
I am Eve Hogan.
best-selling author,
I'm a best-selling author.
chicken soup author.
I'm a chicken soup author.
You know, you look kind of young and pretty, but I mean, what credentials do you have to do any training with?
I have a master's degree in education and a teaching credential and about 17 years of experience working with the teenagers here at CEOSPACE.
Prior to that, did you teach in the public school system?
I have worked in the public school system for about 8 years.
17 years, and as you've gone through this in your third generation of it, when mommies and daddies want to trust us with their young people, we have free daycare service for the younger kids, and the teens, of course, are in a Sunday to Sunday program. If the moms and dads are trying to trust, should I bring my kid, what's going to happen to them? We subsidize them. They only pay for meals. They own a lifetime membership worth $7,500 each child, and you're getting them in here for the price of video games. What do they get?
Oh my gosh, I mean, it's such a big question and such a big answer. What I watch, and I'll give you the kind of the emotional response to that and then the intellectual one. The emotional response is I watch kids come in with literally a dark cloud over their head and sometimes a jacket hoodie where they're just like shut down, hurting, in pain, and dark. Not all of them, of course, but and as the week goes, literally they start blooming. It's like they're buds, if you will, and then they start blooming. And by the end of the week, they've bonded with each other. They've discovered passions, things they love. They've discovered sometimes when they've been jerks to their parents. On a more intellectual level, I put together both the entrepreneurial skills that CEOSPACE is famous for with the skills of being an entrepreneur, which is the self-esteem, the personal growth, the passion, and the healing that's necessary to really step into the confidence to do what you want to do.
You run an 8-acre horticultural retreat, residency training, and complicated with staff. You're an entrepreneur in a multi-million-dollar on Maui business, and you use CEOSPACE even before the teen class to up your business. And I mean, Steve got Discovery Channel dining contracts. He got new boats. I mean, his dream came true.
I mean, I came in here as a school teacher, barely making it. Couldn't figure out what to do to make it beyond the school teacher salary, and came here with some dreams and visions. And my husband had visions of doing videography, and you know, we came here, we learned how to build our business stronger, we learned how to raise capital. I will tell people, every single area of my life has been touched from CEOSPACE. I mean, even my dad, Bernie, who is, you know, a little old school, who was very skeptical, thought we were getting ripped off, Googled you to see what you were all about, was very afraid that I was coming here. After about 15 years, he looked at me and he goes, wow, that CEOSPACE place really paid off for you. And, you know, it did, because every area of my life has been touched by it.
4 of my 5 children have been through CEOSPACE Teen Feast. Several of them several times. Max, that you mentioned, who's now just turned 18, 5 times. He loves it. He never wants to miss it. And I want to say a couple things about that. One is that was a very tender experience for me. I was crying too. Here's my sweet son who I see having these transformative experiences. He's growing as a young man, and he takes responsibility for himself because he's learning these life lessons that a lot of us have to just learn through lots of bruises and scars. He's getting it here from some of the best people in the world who are teaching him. That's one thing. But let me tell you what he told me on his first trip to CEOSPACE. And I hope I can do it without getting choked up. But last year, when I brought him for the first time, we got on the airplane, we're flying home, and I said, Max, so what's your big takeaway from CEOSPACE? What did you get from this week? Because I didn't go through the whole program with him. I had my great experience too. So what was your takeaway, son? As we sat there on the airplane, and I looked across his face and out the window into the clouds, and he said, Dad, for the first time, I know I can do anything. And for me as a dad, for my boy to feel that, for my kids to feel that, because adults who are leaders took time to listen to them, hear their ideas, help them develop their ideas, and love them and take them seriously, that will probably forever be the benefit the young family is taking away from our membership in CEOSPACE. And those kids are just going to keep coming back because they're learning to be entrepreneurs, and they're learning to take responsibility for their own lives, and they're learning it because of the culture you've built, and all of these people here in the background work so hard to preserve and develop.
We're just out of time for CEOSPACE TV, and I'll just tell you the words that my 7-year-old said when he was up here 20 years ago, and 1,000 people in front of him, and he had a big win, and I said, tell him about CEOSPACE and what does it do for you in your life. And his little lips were going. He's up with his brother standing there like perfect little kids, and his lips were quivering, and he looked at us and he said in the strongest voice, Dad, I just don't have the words. So we'll never give you all the words, and you either got it or you don't. But from our heart to yours, we've shared a lot more than a normal business film on why you should become a lifetime member. If it's touched you in any way, you'll be with the Father of the Year. And I'll tell you, you don't have to be 7 like my son. But when you're done, I guarantee you, I'll give your money back if it's not true. You'll say to the camera, I'm going to tell you, I just don't have the words. CEOSPACE TV, I'm Bernie Dohrmann, and I so approve this message.